Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Transformers Power of the Primes Deluxe Rippersnapper, the Terrorcon, the second one that has come out in the line. You can see he's a blue and white shark thing. And, well, there's box. There's a Mender, there's his artwork on the box, and there he is on the back. And how the ferocious Terrorcon ground attack specialist wield the power of the Primes. All the renders and all that stuff. So, there you go. There's the box. Real basic stuff there. And of course, in the box along with this figure comes his instructions, which are pretty decent, and his trading card. Again, nice artwork. And on the back, it is his Megatronus Rippersnapper. Turns enemies into armored chum and feeds it to the Decepticons. Oh boy. So, yes, he is a blue and white shark thing with feet. A land shark, I guess, if you will. Yeah, much like the old one. You can see white and blue. You know, it's nice. The claws are painted in a different shade of blue. Got a little bit of detailing here and there. He's got his mouth, his paint teeth are painted silver. Got a little silver venting on the sides, the little red eyes. Decepticon symbol, which does look like the old rub sign. You can see that. Yeah, you can see it looks a little like the old rub sign, you know, because of the black outline, although it's not an actual rub sign, unfortunately. You can see the Prime armor can sit back here. There's, again, blue and red and silver back here on the back. And there's little Prime Master ports. So you can plug a Prime Master there if you want. I'm just going to do this real quick. You can do that. Well, it doesn't want to plug in super well. You can do that. And, of course, Primer, which means you can open that up and take a Prime Master in, slot it in. Liege Maximo here is a little loose, but he holds in somewhat solidly, but not super solidly. But there you go. You can do that if you want. Yeah, it's a good looking land shark thing. His head can't really move, but his mouth can open and close. Pretty simple. He's got ball jointed shoulders here, so you can move outward and forward and back and everything. No problems there. He has also ball jointed elbows, so those can move forward and back and side to side. And about 90-degree curl there. His claws can swivel, although then you're exposing the fists for robot mode, so there's the thing. No waist in this mode, but he's got ball jointed hips down here. They're a little limited thanks to the sculpt, but they can go outward pretty far. And they can also move forward and back a lot. And he's got knees. They kind of move weird, but they move. Just a little bit, but they move. His tail can also waggle if you want. There you go. Rippersnappers. And his guns. His guns can move up and down if you want them to. So, Rippersnapper. It's actually a pretty cool little weird... It's kind of just a weird monster robot mode or alt mode. And it's kind of neat. I like it. And of course, he's a Terrorcon. So there he is with his leader, the only other Terrorcon out right now, Hunger. You can see them again together. Show them off in the Hunger video before, but you can see them together. Pretty simple. But you can also transform this guy into limbs. First thing you got to do is take the Prime armor off. And then you want to take these legs, fold them up like this, both sides. And then there's a little shallow peg here which goes into the hole, this hole right here where the screw is. If you can see that little hole right there where the screw is, goes in right there, like so. It's one thing. You take this tail and you move it up here like this. That just folds away like that. Take the arms, move them down, rotate them around like this at the ball joint, and there's a little tab here on this arm which goes in this little slot here. If I can get it in there. And you take the claws and rotate them like this. Same on this side. Rotate the arm around, tab it in. If it'll cooperate, tab it in, and rotate the claw around. And then finally, you untab the head. Well, not finally. Untab the head, and there's little tabs right here in the head, if you can see those. Little tabs right there that go in these little slots right there. and that moves it forward. And then you take the robot mode head, turn it around because otherwise it's going to be peeking out, and you rotate it like this, and boom, there's this leg mode. And of course, take the foot and plug it in like that, and there's the leg. Pretty simple. It's an alright leg mode. I kind of wish the claws like folded in somewhere better, but it's alright. It works. It's a leg. I mean, it doesn't like get in the way. There's no real loose parts or anything, so it's a pretty good leg mode. Now to get to an arm mode from here, most of this stuff up here actually pretty much is the same, but you're gonna have to unpeg the head just so you can get untab the legs down here. Unfold those. They're same sort of hinge system that they've been around since Combiner Wars. Unfold those, and then retab them down here like this. And take this peg and move it like this, although again I like to turn the head around just to hide it better. So I like to turn the head around so it's more hidden. Rotate it like that. And these arms pretty much stay the same, and this shark head, you put it right back like this. And you rotate it one way or the other. And of course you take the prime armor, turns into a hand, undo the peg, or open the peg up and plug it in. It's one way to do it. I believe you can also do it this way if you want. Either way, you can either have it like this, and that just came undone. Yeah, so you can either have it like this, or like this, one way or the other. One way you get double joints, the other way, delpo, the other way you don't. Up to you, what you want. Although, sometimes these tabs for the legs don't like to stay in all the way, and they like to undo themselves if you're not careful. This one's actually off kilter right now. There we go. Yeah, I've noticed these don't like to hold the line up to peg in very well sometimes. They just like to undo themselves. But there's the arm mode. It's pretty good. It's just an arm though, but it works. Again, most of the stuff sucks in pretty well. Everything tabs in. There's no real weird loose parts for the most part. It might be a little easy to knock these arms out of the way accidentally, but it's not too bad. But it works as an arm. So anyway, final mode, of course, the robot mode. And from here, it's pretty simple. You just take the legs, straighten them out, rotate them forward, like this. Separate them from each other. And then actually what you want to do is take these the little tail fin and plug it in like this, like that. Yeah. So rotate it like this so it kind of sits into the leg a bit better. So you can also stand straight. This leg just came unpegged. And then rotate this peg down. Untap these arms, rotate them back around so the elbow's facing forward. Rotate the fists so that the claws are on the outside. You can see the fist holes, and then rotate his head. The instructions don't actually tell you to rotate the head for going to alt mode and stuff, but I like to because you can still see it from underneath the shark head. So I prefer to take the head and rotate it around for alt mode and stuff so you don't see it, and then you can rotate it around for robot mode and everything's good to go. And there is Rippersnapper's robot mode. And quite frankly, I really like this robot mode a lot. It looks just really good. It's I just like the silver detailing. Again, the silver and yellow and red on here on the kneecaps. The little red splotch here. The Decepticon symbols picked out nice. A nice shady yellow with red goggles on the head. Look at that real close at that. You can see that it looks really nice. All this detail, a little bit of light blue there, silver and red on the I guess the belt. Nice blue shade, nice shade of blue. Again, silver little, I guess, piping detail or whatever right here on the legs as well. It just also a lot of the alt mode stuff just kind of compresses really nicely in this mode too, for the most part. It's just kind of a nice robot mode. I just really enjoy it. The alt mode's kind of fun just because it's inherently ridiculous. Like it's a shark with legs. It's just ridiculous. It's just, I like that. It's fun. The transformation's pretty interesting. It's not it's not really basic, or it's basic, but it's not really boringly basic. It's kind of fun seeing how all of it kind of comes together. A lot of the stuff, it's simple, but it's clever. So I really do like this one a lot. I also like the fact that I didn't mention this at all, but the bottom of the fists are filled in so that, when it's in alt mode there, you don't see the fist holes at all, that's really nice that they did that way. But he can hold his prime armor in this mode if you want. You can hold it if it'll actually peg in. I was being stubborn, but yeah, you can hold it, do all that stuff. Of course, you can wear it if you don't throw it on the floor. But you can also open that up. There's a peg hole. Pegs in. Pretty simple. I don't like it, again, but other people do, so your mileage may vary. Do what you will. It's just really nice. The backpack, the backpack's no big deal. I mean, it's kind of part of who he is. It's just, it does compress pretty well, all things considered. I do like it. I do like this a lot, and I'm really actually looking forward to the rest of the Terrorcons because of this guy. Hunger is all right, but, it's a mold we've already... Well, it's not, but it's really very, very similar to a mold we already had. I mean, there's Hunger right there. So, I mean, for him, it's like there's a lot of stuff that's like, all right, been there, done that. This guy's kind of new and interesting comparatively. I mean, again, I don't want to get into that again. If you know what I said about it in the Hunger review. But, again, looks really good. And you can also take these guns, take them off the back, put them in his hands, although I like to switch them around just because I like the, I guess, detailing, so to speak, on the outside. I like so you can hold them like this. Fortunately, there's nowhere else to put his prime armor in this mode except for the front or in his hands, so you can put it on here. If you want, you can actually do that. If you want, it looks ridiculous, but you can do it. Yeah, this guy's really good. I just really like it. Articulation-wise, he's got a ball-jointed head, so left and right, up and down. Tiny bit of waggle. Not a whole lot of waggle because of the head sculpt and stuff, but he's got it. You got that. Ball-jointed shoulders. These are the same arms that were in the shark mode. So outward, forward, and back. Ball-jointed elbows. Biceps. These do well. So outward, and they can bend, again, 90 degrees. And the wrist swivels, which is really nice, seeing wrist swivels on a mainline figure. Just that they're there at all is impressive. He's got a waist swivel, of course. The slightly weird off-center one that all these limb things have. But it's a waist swivel. Ball-jointed hips, forward, back, outward. I only go about this far before they just stop because of sculpting. I'm not sure why they're not putting full cuts in these anymore. It's weird. So it's like, let me do crazy kicks with these things. Thigh swivels. This leg came undone. That's the only real issue with this guy is it's really easy to untab this. It doesn't take a whole lot of force to, see that didn't do much in that untabs because this tab's really shallow. I'm not sure why it's so shallow, but it is, and it's a little frustrating. You can just be moving the leg and boop, there it goes. Untabs itself. It's also, it can be a little annoying to line it up initially, but see, that's a little stronger, but yeah. That's the only problem. That's just the tab. But yeah, thigh swivels, knees, 90 degrees, and no foot articulation whatsoever. But it's just, again, it's just nice, has wrist swivels. It looks good. It's kind of fun to transform, even if it is kind of simple. It's simple. You can pretty much figure it out even without the instructions. But it's fun. It looks fun. It's got a ridiculous fun land shark alt mode thing. The robot mode looks really good, proportionally and everything. It's got some pretty decent limb modes. Most of it tabs together. The only thing is just down here. These tabs at the back of the legs just aren't super great. But other than that, it's a nice, solid deluxe transformer. So even if you're not buying the Terrorcons, I would still actually recommend getting this guy. I mean, if you're into the Terrorcons, he's great in and of himself. But I really like this one. It's a good deluxe. Might actually be... Well, I don't have Moonracer yet. But so far, he's probably actually my favorite of deluxes of Wave 2. Yes, I think he's better even than Dinobots. Well, Snarl's pretty good. That's for a different review. But I like him a lot. I highly recommend him, even if you're not getting the rest of the Terrorcon. So, yeah, that was my thoughts. I hope you found this interesting or informative or entertaining. And I hope to see you next time with the other video reviews in the future. So, see ya.